Hi everyone, my name is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to share this video with you today. This is my new bullet journal setup / migration into a new bullet journal. I am using this Dingbats A5 plus size, the Serengeti. It is the orange color. So first up, I wrote my name, of course, and these are all of the beginning pages of this Dingbats journal, which I don't use. I choose to do my own initial spreads. So this first one is a key. So in my ideas for my new bullet journal video, I did show this key, and I usually don't have a key, to be honest, but I feel like it makes my journal a bit more professional looking. So again, it's very, very basic. And all I include in here are tasks, which is a dot, canceled, which is literally a line through it, an event is a round open dot, scheduled is an arrow, migrated is the other arrow, the note or pensive bullet is a dash, YouTube is a little open triangle, and I decided at the last minute to include birthdays, which is a little star. I'm not really sure if I'll use it, but it is what it is. But I do use all of the other bullets. And this is my title page, so I decided to just say Summer 2020, only because for myself, a bullet journal usually lasts about 3 months, depending on how many pages, and this one might only be 2 months, so I'm going to see how far it lasts me. I decided to color in the 2020 and do some designs. Initially I wasn't going to, I was going to leave it white, but I did decide to change it. So for the actual pen, I did use a Sakura Pigma Micron. I believe this was a 03. And for the coloring in of this part here, I am using the graphic marker. So this is a bullet tip, I think it's 1. I did finish off by writing this little part here, and I just say bullet journal, and of course I add my name to the bottom right hand corner. My next spread is my future log. So this is one of the most important logs for myself. I write everything in here that I need for the upcoming month. So my first step is to title both pages. I only do 6 months at a time because this journal is only 2 or 3 months. I did decide on this style of font, so I pretty much used foligraphy for this part, where I lettered out the word and then I just added the downstrokes with my pen. And this part, I believe I used a 05 Sakura Pigma Micron, and then I used a really fine, I believe it was a 02 to write out the numbers. So in my last bullet journal, I can actually include that in a tag for you just so you can check it out. For my initial setup, I did not include the little calendar, and I regret it. I wish I had have. And it's nice to be able to see what date some of the things that you write in here fall on. So my plan is to highlight the date, and that way I will know whenever I have an appointment. This next spread is my quarterly goals. So again, it makes sense for me to do quarterly goals because this journal will only last me the 2 or 3 months. So I use the same style of font, but the word goals I decided to put in a little banner to make it look cute. And the only ones I'm tracking on this page are health, personal, and family, because I do track work on the next page, which you will see shortly. So this next spread is my YouTube milestone spread. And this one has a number of factors. So I actually, which I've never done in the past, to be honest, I'm tracking my subscriber count. I started at 500 and then I go to 1K, 1.5K, and 2K. I have no idea if I'll get there within this bullet journal. However, I do know that sometimes your subscriber count jumps really, really quickly with certain videos, so we'll see how it goes. This is also where I decide to include my goals for my channel. The last few elements for this spread are watch time and views. So this is something I've never ever tracked before in my bullet journal, and this idea I got from Claudia Joseph. I will link her channel for you at the end of this video. This next spread is my summer bucket list. So I plan on writing everything in here of things and ideas of what I want to do. So some of these might not actually happen, but my thought towards it is that if you have it written down, it's more likely to happen than if it's just a thought or a passing thought in your head. So I decided to add these little doodles at the bottom of the page. So one is a paper airplane, one is a cup of coffee, and I also tried to draw a little pen along with a notebook. On the page across from the summer bucket list, I call my summer projects. So this is kind of like a master task list for the entire bullet journal, or for the length of this bullet journal. And basically anything that I want to get done, whether that is large kind of cleaning projects like cleaning out the garage or any large tasks like that, I have a column for start and a column for complete. And again, I added some doodles at the bottom of the page. Most of them are flowers with a little paper airplane and then a bee buzzing around the page. This spread is my Polaroid spread. So a lot of times I like to incorporate Polaroids or pictures from my HP sprocket in the middle of my journal, but I'm really bad at doing that. So I really want to use my Polaroid camera more often and not forget it in my closet upstairs. So I decided to actually do a dedicated spread for them, and I did just leave little spaces for my Polaroids, and I did leave pretty much space for 2 Polaroids per month if this journal lasts me about 3 months. So that means 3 pictures per page, and I do have enough room beside or underneath to write a little thing about each picture, where it is or what time it is or where I am. This next spread is a double page spread for all of my bullet journal ideas for the entire year. So I know that doesn't quite make sense if this journal is only going to last for 3 months, but then I just carry it forward into a new journal. So again, I use the same font that I've been using throughout this whole theme. It's foligraphy, and I add the downstrokes with a regular pen. And I just leave room for every month. So I put the month in a little box with this etched drop shadow behind it, and I will write out my ideas for the entire year. So this is the second to last spread in this first initial bullet journal setup. So this is my check it out page. And now I remember in my previous bullet journal, I had only a tiny little space for these two things. So I wanted to dedicate at least one page. One is books, and then the next is movies and TV. And I believe I explained why I did not include music on this spread. It's because there is already an app called Shazam that I use to find new music and add it to my Apple playlist. And the last spread is my yearly weight tracker. So I did change the way it was positioned on the page, which makes more sense, so I can track it over an entire year. And I will fill in the information on the left-hand side after. And I just include the months of the year on the bottom. So next, we're just going to do a flip through of everything I've done so far. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're new here, I'd love if you subscribed, and don't forget to click that bell notification so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye now.